Hello, lacrosse fans, and welcome to Syllapse Community Arena in Paris, Ontario for Week 11 of the Arena Lacrosse League. Tonight's matchup has the Oshawa Outlaws visiting the Paris Riverwolves. I'm Lance Wynn, working alongside Gary Morrison and JVI Productions. Thrilled to have you with us as usual. Starting goalies for tonight's game for the Outlaws. It'll be Scotty Coomer. He comes in with a 2-4 record and 11.97 goals against average. And at the other end, it'll be Nolan Clayton. He'll get the call for the Riverwolves. His record is 3-3 with a 12.47 goals against average. Head coaches in his third season as the head coach of the Outlaws, it's Steve McCarthy. His assistants are Steve Toll and John Webb. And for the Riverwolves, Jamie Dubrick is the man in charge. He's also in his third season, and his assistant is Chris Driscoll. Officials for tonight's game, Bob Hollingsworth is the crew chief. He's joined by John Sutcliffe and Joel Furman. All set to go here, a long ride for the Oshawa Outlaws, probably going from one end of the Golden Horseshoe to the other, so to speak. These two teams both come in with a 5-6 record, tied for third place. Throw the Toronto Monarchs in there as well, as they're in action tonight as well, and we'll see what transpires. So off the draw, it's the Outlaws that jump all over it early. Mitch Gustafson with a shot, stopped by Clayton. Loose ball picked up by the Riverwolves. They'll counter the other way. Transition, good job to pull that out, was Scott Johnston running into some trouble, weaving through, good swim move. And it's Travis Burton that'll settle things down. Dump off, Burton gets it back in too much traffic. Bergsma closed the door, shot off, wide of the mark, and it'll be Nick Andrioli. Andrioli's pass knocked down. Burton with the steal, not able to get a shot off. And that will be an 8-second call, and it will be possession to the Outlaws. Keep an eye out, some big gunners out there for the Outlaws. John St. John, of course, leading the league in points, goals, and assists. Luke Laskowicz also running a very close second. Drake Smith looking for that cross-court feed to Josh Medeiros. Sniffing 5-hole, but a good save from Comer, and he'll send the outlet away and almost over the timeline. 8 counts still in effect as it's over in the offensive end. Picked up by St. John. He weaves in, bounces off a check, gets a shot off. Good stop by Clayton. It'll go back the other way with the Riverwolves. Good head man up ahead. Riverwolves without one of their leading scorers in Dan Keene, not in the lineup here tonight. Fortunately, though, number 44, Spencer Pike is. Matt Lee will swing it along to Pike on the left side. He'll look for an opening. Pike will let it go. Again, sniffing 5-hole. Coomer said, and it will now be Bergsma. Sends the outlet pass up and over the timeline. Outlaws with a chance here now to get the offensive set and go to work. We are 13 minutes in here. At the 13-minute mark, opening quarter. Laskowicz on the right side. Swing it around to Gilroy and St. John. Quick shot. Riverwolves now will bring it back the other way. Apologize, that was Jeff McNulty that had the shot. Drake Smith, half boards, right side. He'll kick it back out to Pike. Pike will go to work on the left, swinging around to Medeiros. Medeiros will go under, looking for an opening. Goes behind the net, flip out to Smith. Smith working with the post move, goes backhand, can't find the mark, looking for the rebound, picked up, and it'll be the Outlaws now that come away with it. Zach Tompkinson will send the outlet, and Andriola will get it over the timeline and vacate. Good pass to hit Josh Gilray, and he'll swing it out to Laskowicz over to St. John's left side half boards. Good fake by St. John, bounces off one check. Looking for an opening, beautiful quick stick finish. So St. John to McNulty on a beauty, and it's 1-0 for the Outlaws. Back in the circle, Gustafson and Big Rob King, and it's Gustafson that's 2 for 2 on the draw now, as he will bring it deep into the left corner. Attract some attention, tried to come around and get a quick shot. Good job defensively by Scott Johnston, who lost his stick, has now retrieved it. And the Outlaws now will go to work with half their offense. McNulty will find Big Mike Triolo. Triolo with a fake, shot on the run, easily stopped by Clayton. And it'll be the Riverwolves now that'll counter the other way. Lee. Good skip pass to Pike. Lee looking for it on the give and go. That's gone. Good job by Andrioli. Picks it up, puts on some speed. He's going to try to lug it over. Does a good job, but he turns it over. Looking for Laskowicz. Couldn't find him. And having touched the crease and gone through that will give the Riverwolves possession. Smith. Pike didn't see the defender coming out of the boards in Jake Strocher. Lee with an opening. Takes it in closer. Good shot. Right on the numbers, though. Stopped by Coomer, and here come the Outlaws. Ryan Nolan dumps it off to Rob Clofer. His shot stopped. They retrieve it, and St. John will set up. Defense will retreat. Offense will get set up. Gilray out there with Triolo, Laskowicz, and St. John. Laskowicz looking for an opening. Tried to skip pass, but Cam Garland didn't have his equipment adjusted. And there's a reset on the clock. St. John puts on the afterburners to elude a defender, dumps it off, and look down low, quick stick Gilroy. Good save by Clayton, and the Riverwolves will counter. Brett Albicus on the run, bounce shot wide of the mark. That'll go up, and that's going to give us our first Visionware power play, as a little too aggressive was Cole's spear. That's going to be an illegal cross-check for sure, and like we said, we will have our first Visionware power play. So our first Visionware power play of the game, courtesy Cole's spear. That took us right to the officials' timeout, and Big Mike Triolo, captain of the Outlaws, will jumpstart this power play. Out there with St. John, McNulty, Luke Laskowicz, and Josh Gilroy, the power play unit for Oshawa, working at a 45% success rate, as they'll get another reset, full clock. St. John work it over Triolo, looking for an opening, swings it, opening Laskowicz, kick it back. Triolo, skip pass. McNulty, everyone gets a touch. Gilroy will kick it back out. No look, and that's picked off. Good piece of defense there by Thomas Whitty, running into the double team. Not able to get it over the line, and possession will remain right here with the Outlaws. So back on is McNulty, the only one that managed to get off the floor when possession changed, and it'll be St. John. So St. John comes in with the league-leading 69 points. Good save by Clayton, managed to keep it from trickling over the line, and the Riverwolves now with some work to do to kill this penalty. Johnston trying to go hard to the net, ran out of room, and the Outlaws now will move it up. Bergsma will send away Brad Lyons. That shot just stopped by Clayton. Got enough of the shoulder pad on it, and it'll be set back up, and it'll be Triolo that'll start interchanging with Laskowicz on the right shooter. Laskowicz shot, good save, Clayton. And trying that wraparound, not able to do it. Albicus get it over the line, looking for Pike, not there. Thought better of it, and a good decision as he'll dump it down, and they'll try to work some clock. St. John in that corner as well. 3 Outlaws battling with 1 Riverwolf, and it's the Outlaws that come away with it, St. John. St. John on the half boards, runs it to Albicus. He'll roll it back to Triolo. Penalty over now, team's back at full strength. 7:45 to go here, opening quarter. 1-0 in favor of Outlaws. Give and go, Gilray got tied up. Ran through the crease, possession the other way. Drew Quinlan with some good defense, and he will move it up. And unfortunately, Spear not able to handle the short hop and quickly jumping on it. And again, running out of real estate was Mark DeBrone, and it'll be the Riverwolves that counter the other way. Matt Lee. Lee on the half boards. Try to barrel in, kicks it back out. That shot goes off a defender, scooped up by Lee. He's going to go fake the overhand. Tougher angle, went to the bounce shot. Probably should have pulled that back out. Either way, it's Graham Bergsma that has it. Long pass. Not able to connect with Mitch Gustafson. Gustafson in there battling alone and wins that battle as possession will go to the Outlaws. Good pressure by the Riverwolves, but they collapse, and that shot is a hard one wide of the mark from Garland. Laskowicz retrieves, sends it back out to Garland. He'll swing it over to St. John. St. John, he'll crank it wide of the mark. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Triolo picks that up. Draws two defenders. Spin move through both. Again with the one arm. He comes all the way around. Flips it to St. John. St. John stick check at the last second. So good piece of defense. In tight. Clayton with a big stop. Picked up Laskowicz. Fresh clock. So the Outlaws offense goes back to work. 7:20 to go here in the first. St. John, a bucket lane there. Good fake, lets it go, and off the post. And Big Rob King will pick it up for the Riverwolves. He'll lug it over the timeline and dump it off to Hunter Angus. Angus will dump it to Smith. Smith, of course, will find Spear. Spear, wrong stick side. He'll kick it back out. Brandon Porga looking down low. Pike tried to tuck it in short side. Stopped by Coomer. Ball loose in the corner. Interference the call. Possession will go to the Outlaws, and they'll move it up. Lyons avoids one defender. Good fake, working behind the net. Looking for an opening. Look for Gilroy, not able to get it. It's knocked down. Ryan Martinelli had a good rush, but he was stripped, and Bergsma now will bring it for the Outlaws and get it over the timeline. St. John. Token pressure, gets it to Gilray. He'll swing it on the right side. Laskowicz. Skip pass, St. John. Fake, flip. McNulty, quick shot. Couldn't get through a crowd. 5 on the shot clock. Laskowicz, though, does. Sniffing 5-hole. Seems like every shot he takes has a chance of going in that net. Good outlet pass by the Riverwolves. They'll move it up. Pike will start the offense, send it over to Lee. Lee, Pike, Medeiros out there as well. Medeiros going hard to the net. Puts on the brakes, curls out. No look, looking for a cutter up the middle, not there. And ball loose. Pike battling for it. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Two defenders, and he leaves it for Smith. Smith fishes. Lee finally comes out with it. On the run, didn't realize how much time was on the shot clock. Had plenty. And that pass to Bergsma goes awry. Right back to the Riverwolves. Thank you very much. Smith on the half boards. Making a move, got a screen, skipped it over to Pike. Pike, big shot, blocked by DeBrone. And that will go up the other way. Possession to the Outlaws. Outlet pass from Bergsma. Will get it in the offensive end. Laskowicz with an opening. Chooses to pull it out. 5:30 to go here in the opening quarter. St. John. Good pass across to Gustafson. Not able to find the mark. Gustafson again. Can't find the mark for the second time. Laskowicz. Good box out to shield that. Has it. One defender to beat. Good hesitation again. Right on target with the 5-hole. But Clayton right there to close the door. Riverwolves, good stick check. And excellent recovery by Porga. He managed to get it to Quinlan. Quinlan takes it hard to the net. Stopped by Coomer. Picked up by Paris, and they will get a fresh clock. No need to rush. Can set things up. Medeiros. One-on-one hesitation. Again, tried to go hard. Stick check. Good defense by the Outlaws as they close that door. Josh Taguri. Taguri with outstanding speed. Does a great job defensively. He'll retreat to the bench. The Outlaws offense now will go to work. Gilray at the top. Triolo half boards. Leans in on two defenders. Good save by Clayton. Picked up though, and it'll be a reset for the Outlaws. Good job by Andrioli. And now again, swung off to the right side. Bertoli was looking for an opening. There wasn't any, as both teams playing good defense, and that will take us to our second officials timeout. We're at the 4-minute mark here after the second officials timeout. Riverwolves with possession. Josh Medeiros, left side, working with Spencer Pike. Swing it over to Smith. Smith's shot is knocked down, and he coughs it up. Here come the Outlaws in transition. DeBrone to Bergsma. Bergsma, 1-2. Good save by Clayton. Bergsma picks it up. Tompkinson with a chance. Nolan Clayton has been outstanding in early going. Bergsma picks that up. Good forecheck, and they tried to dunk move. No real estate. Going back the other way. Possession to the Riverwolves. Good effort by the defense of the Outlaws. And now Riverwolves with Drake Smith. Porga and Smith, two-man game. Porga sets the screen. Smith off the post. Ryan Desvaux will track that down now, and he will have to beat a defender to get it over the timeline, and he does just that. Rob Clofer all over him. Good spin. Lost the ball, though. Good job by Andrioli to hockey it back, and now here come the Outlaws and Mitch Gustafson. Gustafson needs to give himself a little bit of room, and he does. Gets it to St. John. Defense pressuring St. John. Weaving through, dumps it off to Triolo, wrong stick side, off the post. That's going to go the length of the carpet. Foot race, and it's the Riverwolves that pick it up. Marcus Minicello attacking, but boy, oh boy, Taguri with some tenacious defense. And it's possession to the Riverwolves. Lee looking for an opening, kicks it back out to Pike. With the absence of Dan Keene, Pike's going to need to do a little something as Lee goes to the sidearm. Didn't touch anything. That's going to be a violation with 2:05 to go here in the opening quarter. Possession to the Outlaws. Josh Gilray will swing it around to St. John. McNulty out there with Mike Vertoli. Vertoli plug in the middle. Laskowicz not able to handle that pass, and that outlet from Clayton is airmailed all the way down and picked up and tried to tuck it in was Scott Johnston. So a good idea comes up empty, though, and it now will be the Outlaws that go to work on O. Zach Tompkinson jumps in the rush, dumps it off. Triolo couldn't handle that pass. It goes loose, and it's picked up. And we are going to have another Visionware power play this time. Too many men on the floor. So the Riverwolves saddled with their second penalty of this game. Second Visionware power play for the Outlaws as they'll work it around the horn, get a touch. St. John, Laskowicz at the top. It's back to St. John. Skip right to Triolo in the middle, stopped by Clayton. Gets knocked down. St. John has a defender on him. Does a good job to knock it back. And it'll be Laskowicz that'll get it over the timeline. We're in the final minute of the first quarter. St. John, skip pass. Gilray not able to pull the trigger, swings it back out, and it takes a bad hop off the boards. Was tipped, though, so possession will remain right here. 50 seconds left on the game clock. Laskowicz, Triolo. Triolo, Laskowicz. Laskowicz shot, steered aside by Clayton. Picked up by St. John. Fresh clock. 35 on the game clock. Around the horn, Triolo. Gap in that box. Shot, again, steered aside by Clayton. St. John on the half boards. Gets harassed. Gets out of it. Flip out in the middle. Triolo down. Duck. Underhand. So a power play marker for the captain, Mike Triolo, and it's 2-0 for the Outlaws. .23 seconds on the game clock. Off the jaw again, Gustafson. He's been a demon in that circle. Gets it up. McNulty's shot. Sidearm. Stopped by Clayton. Riverwolves now battling for it. Good effort by the Outlaws, and that's going to be an interference call. possession's going to go to the Outlaws with 9 seconds to go. Laskowicz, dump it off. Triolo, one-on-one, 5. Spin move, good hook, tucks it in the corner. So a beautiful hook by Triolo created the opening. He picked the far corner, and it's 3-0 for the Outlaws. So Triolo with a big goal just before the buzzer. We played 15, 3-0, Outlaws. All ready to go for second quarter action. The Outlaws put together a solid first quarter, thanks to Captain Triolo with 2 goals. They got an earlier one from Jeff McNulty, and off the draw again, Gustafson. He's got to be a perfect 4 for 4 in that circle. And trying to dance on that line, but running out of real estate was Taguri. And it'll be possession, or we're going to have ourselves a delay of game call. And there'll be another Visionware power play, and that's exactly what it is, as Taguri threw the ball down the floor instead of just dropping it, and he will give the Riverwolves their first Visionware power play of this game. Drake Smith will be the quarterback this time. He's out there with Pike, along with Matt Lee. Josh Medeiros also out there, swung around. Pike, underhand, snuck it through. So the Riverwolves on the board, courtesy a power play marker from Spencer Pike. That's his 17th of the season and first of the game, and it's 3-1. We mentioned off the top the absence of Dan Keene, of course, the team's leading scorer with 49 points. Hard to replace that. But you're going to need a little something more out of Spencer Pike, who comes in with 45 points, and Drake Smith, 22, Matt Lee, 21. And a collision there as Clayton decided that enough was enough behind his net, forces the turnover, and here come the Riverwolves. Johnston, spinning, eludes 2 defenders, hounded by Taguri, kicks it back out to Smith. Taguri on him. Smith will dump it to Porga, Brandon Porga. He'll swing it around left side. Good move on the run by Desvo. Shot stopped by Coomer. He'll pick that up. And the outlet's picked off by Smith. So Smith has Pike out in front. Pike takes a hit. Back to Smith. Too many passes, but it looks like a delayed penalty on the play. Could be a potential high stick call. And we will have another Visionware power play, a legal cross check. Mark DeBrone, the guilty party. He'll go for the illegal cross-check. Second Visionware power play of the game for the Riverwolves. They're 1 for 1. And they'll work it around the horn, and Matt Lee took his eye off that pass from Smith. Lost it. Here comes Taguri. Racing down, puts on the brakes, thinks better of it. Got some direction from John St. John, and he'll give it off to big Mike Triolo. Triolo will sniff the double team, kick it to Laskowicz. Laskowicz out there with McNulty, St. John, Triolo. St. John looking for the cutter. That pass originally knocked down. Laskowicz battling for it with big Rob King. It gets kicked, and Laskowicz, and there's going to be a hold call, and I'm not sure if it's going to be Laskowicz, and it is. He's going to go for 2 minutes for holding the stick. So a golden opportunity here with a 2-man advantage for 1:20 for the Riverwolves. Quick stick, Matt Lee, stopped by Coomer, picked up by Bergsma. He'll quick dump to Taguri. Taguri runs into Johnston, rolls off him. 1 man to beat. Tried to curl out. Good stick check. It's picked up now by Johnston. Had it momentarily. Riverwolves there. They'll converge, pick that up, and go back to work on offense. Just under a minute to go in the 2-man advantage. Smith out there with Pike. Medeiros, Spear will come in to fill the right side. Smith has an opening, dumps it back off. Probably should have taken that shot. Again, it's Bergsma, runs into trouble, gets knocked down. Pike picks it up, fresh 30, 36 seconds to go in the 2-man advantage. Smith to Pike. Pike will dump it down low, trying to creep out. Good no look. Back out to Smith sidearm. Tried to use the defender as a screen. Good stop by Coomer. Picked up though by Spear. He'll move in, load up. It's blocked. 20 seconds to go, two-man advantage. Three-man converge, and it's McNulty that comes away with it. Good job fishing that out. Numbers 2-on-1. Good effort, late hit, and that was actually Rob Clofer. And again, Clofer's going to draw a penalty, an illegal cross-check in the back. So that will nullify one. Triolo, 4-on-3 here, so plenty of room on that carpet with just under 11:50 to go here in the half. Triolo, 35 seconds to go, first penalty over, 35 left in the second penalty. On the half boards, Gilray. Gilray runs into a defender, gets a screen, sniffs it out, gives it out to St. John. St. John with 10 on the shot clock, looking for an opening, tried to dump it, swung it, Triolo, overhand, wide of the mark, scooped up almost by St. John. It'll be the Riverwolves now the other way. Minicello tried to go far side, just steered enough of it, was Coomer, and it's picked up by the Riverwolves and Brett Albicus. The Oshawa penalties, both of them now over. It's a 5-on-4 situation, power play for the Outlaws. For minute 6. Give and go to Matt Lee, gone and went. Fighting for it in the corner. Lee battling for it with Gustafson, and it's Triolo that comes away with it. That pass, tough one for Laskowicz to handle. He can't, and it'll be Clayton. Clayton will walk it up and continue to walk it up until he lobs a beauty pass on the money. Johnston with a quick shot, stopped by Coomer. And that is going to certainly draw a crowd, as at the very least that's going to be a boarding call. So Scott Johnston with a 5-minute boarding penalty. Still 35 seconds left in the initial minor. So it'll be a 5-on-3 scenario here for the Outlaws. For the very least 35 seconds, then they'll have plenty of time to add to their total with a man advantage. They are 1 for 3 right now with the man advantage. And they'll go back to work here. Toguri will play safety. Laskowicz out there with St. John, Triolo, and McNulty. Triolo working in tight, stopped by Clayton. That rebound takes a funny hop, still loose in the corner, picked up by the Riverwolves, and an outstanding job there by Thomas Whitty. Big long strides, gets it over the timeline, bails out of trouble. And I tell you, he's got Clofer all over him. Working some clock now, 15 on the shot clock, dumps it back off. Travis Burton, he'll draw 2 defenders. His stick, not sure what's going on with that, but he's battling. Manages to pick it up in the meantime, between time. Still loose on the carpet, fished up, and just waiting for the possession was Toguri, and it'll now be Outlaws ball with 4:10 to go in the power play. Usual unit out there with McNulty, St. John, Gilray, Triolo, and Laskowicz. Triolo, St. John, Gilray, St. John. Gilray dumps it down, Laskowicz. Looking for the skip, cranks it, stopped by Clayton. Picked up and moved up, good speed from Minicello. And he'll work in the corner. John, the double team, rolls it back out. Medeiros didn't see DeBrone behind him. DeBrone battles. Desvo in the mix. And 2-on-1 now for the Outlaws. 3-on-1. St. John jumps in the rush. Tucks it, tried to tuck it far side, wide of the mark. And here come the Riverwolves. Desvo puts on a burst of speed. Switch hands, puts a corner. Ryan Desvo closes the gap now. They trail 3-2. .8:44 to go. Ryan Desvo with a big short-handed marker has pulled the Riverwolves to within 1. And the Outlaws now trying to work on the power play and careless for sure. And that will take us to our officials' timeout. Set to go here. Brett Albicus will try to look for Josh Medeiros. Instead, he throws it into a crowd, and the Outlaws pick it off, force a turnover. Nick Andrioli will get it to St. John. 2:55 to go in the major boarding penalty to Scott Johnston. And now we'll see if this power play can go to work. Around the horn it goes. Usual unit out there. They have changed just a bit and thrown Cam Garland out there on the interchange. Play set. Laskowicz looking for an opening. Again, he way wide of the mark. No reset on the play. Possession will go to the Riverwolves. Not the best execution for the Outlaws in that possession. Albicus. He'll lob that one across and get it right back. So Albicus will try to work some clock here with 2:10 to go in the man short situation. He'll roll that one-on-one trying to work with Cole Spear. It's picked up by the Outlaws. Good defensive possession there. And now they'll bring it up and try to go to work on offense. Got to spread the floor. Seems like they're just a bit indecisive about who's going to shoot the ball. Need to decide earlier, get set, and let it go. Got three big shooters out there. Interchange, Garland at the top, looking for McNulty on the quick stick. Riverwolves now working under 10 seconds on the shot clock and read that like a book. Boy, oh boy, and off to the races is Whitty. Whitty runs it to two. There'll be another delayed Visionware power play, and Albicus now will work with 1:25 to go. Again, delayed penalty. Drake Smith, 15 on the shot clock. Looking for Pike, makes a move, can't get that pass, and again, there'll be another Visionware power play. So Mike Vertoli in the box for two. That will nullify the power play. Teams will be 4-on-4. And that, of course, Drake Smith walks in, and that's his favorite corner as he picks it first of the game. We're all tied 3-3. With the even strength goal, of course, no one leaves the box with 1:50 to go in the Oshawa penalty. A minute left in the Paris penalty, and off possession will be possession to the Riverwolves. So the momentum has swung here, and the Riverwolves can thank their defense for that as they've tightened things up. And collapsing around that defensive set has made it difficult for Oshawa to find some openings. Pike will swing it back out to Spear. Spear looking for a screen from Porga. Gets one, comes around the corner. Good shot, steered aside by Coomer. Ball loose, Bergsma battling in that corner. Outlaws come away with it and move it up over the timeline. Taguri. His shot is a bullet. So Josh Taguri, a beauty transition goal, finds the top corner, and it's 4-3 for the Outlaws. So my mistake, I had Josh Taguri taking credit for that and leaving out Rob Clofer. So Clofer with a beautiful goal. And I had a chance to talk to Clofer, needed to clarify some pronunciation of his last name. He said to me that I probably wouldn't end up calling it today. So much for that, Mr. Clofer. You're on the scoreboard and a very opportune time. Penalty over, 5:25 to go in the half. Shot steered aside by Burton. So Coomer, good save there. And that'll be possession going up the other way to the Outlaws. Zach Tompkinson puts on the speed. St. John out of the back door. Can't field it cleanly, and Paris will. 2-on-1. And a late pass picked off by Triolo. So telegraphing that was Quinlan. Medeiros, though, will save it from going over the timeline. 15 on the shot clock. 10 seconds to go on the power play for the Riverwolves. Pike, Lee. Lee will swing it. Smith back to Lee. Lee, switch hands, almost fooled Coomer. Picked up by Spear, looking for a cutter. Has Smith at the top. Penalty over, dumps it down. And going hard, and not quite sure if Coomer knew that he had the net on his shoulders as he moved it in time, and the officials are going to definitely have to get together on this. They do not have the assistance of video replay, and no one knocked the net off except for Coomer. So you talk about going from one to the other. You had Paris working in tight with a chance to potentially come away with a goal or at least another opportunity. Travis Burton felt the need to say something to crew chief Bob Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth took exception to it, and now Burton has been sent to the penalty box. So that will take us to our officials' timeout. So fifth power play of the game for the Outlaws. A very undisciplined penalty from Travis Burton, as now the Outlaws will go to work. They've got one power play marker here in this half. There's 4:25 to go here in the second. Same unit out there as usual, McNulty, St. John. Laskowicz with a bullet. So Laskowicz on the board for the first time. It's a power play marker, and it's 5-3 Oshawa. So discipline, a big part of this game, as you give the top four gunners for the Outlaws a chance to put the ball in the net, and they will, with St. John, Laskowicz, and McNulty, all with over 40 points. Desvo will go around the horn, and just when the Riverwolves pulled to within one, the Outlaws have reeled off the next two. Lee on the curl. Beautiful pass from Porga. So on the run, Matt Lee finds the 5-hole, and it's 5-4. Set to go with Rob King in the circle with Gustafson, and again, Gustafson tried to cheat and got caught. Possession to the Riverwolves. Matt Lee with his 7th goal of the season. Closes the gap to 1. On the give and go, Drake Smith to Cole. Spear in tight. Don't even know how he managed to get that to the far corner, and we're all tied at 5. .347 to go here in the second quarter. Gustafson, this time clean, takes a hard hit. And Travis Burton, no shortage of aggression, gets called for the early check. And it'll be Zach Tompkinson that will flip to Laskowicz, and Luke will swing it around to the left side. St. John on the half boards, pretty comfortable over there. Good pass, and a wide open quick stick, not able to finish, was Vertoli. And scooped up for the Outlaws. 15 on the shot clock. In tight. Shot stopped by Clayton. So Vertoli with 2 golden opportunities, not able to capitalize. And here's Johnston. Johnston's shot was a quick one. Bailed out by Medeiros, dumped back down. Desvo tried to work a spin around. And it's Bergsma. Graham Bergsma, good headman pass. Outlaws now with a chance in transition. Going to work, backhand try, wide of the mark by Garland. And now it'll go the other way, deep in the Oshawa end. Daniel Wheeler going to try to tiptoe out, and he does. Wheeler, great hustle. 3 unanswered goals from the Riverwolves, and they have their first lead of this game, 6-5. So they say when you least expect it, expect it. Daniel Wheeler, usually a defensive specialist, did a good job to work hard in the corner and was rewarded by finding the back of the net. Gustafson off the draw. Again, will roll it back out to Garland. Garland will swing it to St. John. St. John will curl around. Hasn't done much since the beauty pass. First goal, Laskowicz goes hard, stick checked at the last second by Burton. And Clayton now will look for an outlet. He gets it up to Rob King. 2:10 to go here in the second. Smith. Not sure what all the ruckus was about, but it's a delayed penalty call. And I think it might be a too many men call. As the net's empty and back of the net. So crease called as Spencer Pike clipped the white crease line. And official John Sutcliffe has a chuckle. Yes, he did. But we will have another Visionware power play. Fifth power play of the game for these Riverwolves. They've capitalized just once, but Oshawa doing everything in their power to allow Paris to take this momentum here. Pike, big underhand, stopped by Comer. And loose in the slot. Matt Lee fighting for it. Out there with Spear. And Tagori a little bit premature on the bump. Possession will go to the Riverwolves. Smith, minute 40 to go here. Around the horn. Pike, left shooter. Lee setting up right shooter. That pass just a bit far. Medeiros picks it up. Plenty of time on the shot clock. And Pike can't find the mark. Knocked down by Spear. Lee will fish it back out to Smith. Smith, quick shot, stopped by Coomer. Rebound, Lee tucks it in. 5-hole, Matt Lee. And crease called on the play, so a good piece of officiating, and the outlet goes to the Outlaws, back the other way. Tompkinson to Gustafson. Gustafson underhand stop. And it'll be possession the other way to the Riverwolves with 1:07 to go here in the first half. And so making things hard on themselves are the Outlaws, as the Riverwolves now will go back to work on the power play. Skip pass, Smith, Pike, shot, blocked by the D. And that was Clofer who got in the way of that one. Pike, Smith sidearm, stopped. And Clofer now will dump it back out quickly to Andreoli. 40 seconds to go here in the period. Two-man advantage. And Andreoli's going to need to utilize his speed. Tough to do, though, with Brett Albicus there. And we have a timeout called by the Outlaws. Set to go, 33 seconds left in the opening half. Oshawa in a 5-on-3 situation for another 36 seconds. 33 seconds, like I said, left on the game clock. St. John, Triolo, and Laskowicz, the three out there for the Outlaws. Laskowicz with a double team. He's going to try to pin it and kill some time on those boards. Ball remains loose. And that's too anxious was Triolo. And again, mixing things up. And we'll see. Looks like possession will go to the Riverwolves, and there'll be a timeout called by Jamie Dubrick and Paris. Just because he was setting up. So set the stage here, 21 seconds to go. Two-man advantage for the Riverwolves, leading this one 6-5. As game clock now down to 12. Wide open Spear, had it momentarily. Good stick check. Under 10. Gotta hurry. Smith will dump it down. Spear with another chance. Up, down. Goes short side. So Cole Spear adds to his tally, another power play marker, and it's 7-5 Riverwolves. So the Outlaws scored with 0.2 seconds to go in the first, and the Riverwolves answer with 2 seconds left. We've played a half. It's 7-5 Paris. All locked and loaded here to go for second half action. A very entertaining first half as the Outlaws had the momentum, led 3-0 after one, but now trail 7-5 here in the third. 35 seconds to go in the Oshawa penalty, so the Riverwolves working with a man advantage here, and it's John St. John doing some good work on the half boards to get it back out to Triolo to kill another 30. Laskowicz looking for McNulty. His shot steered wide by Clayton, picked up by St. John. Had a notion, hesitates, bounces off one check, two check, has it knocked away, picked up by Travis Burton, had it momentarily, and here comes Rob King. Riverwolves now with 5 seconds to go in the man advantage. Will try for a quick shot. Medeiros gets an opening, tries to weave in closer, tried to jump and tuck it up, but Comer having none of it. Did a good job to stand tall. Graham Bergsma will flip it across, and a combined effort to get over the timeline, but Riverwolves gave it back. Andrioli will steer it up, and it'll be Josh Gilray. Just fresh out of the back door. Opening, bounce shot, stopped by Clayton, picked up by the Riverwolves. Quinlan. He'll put on the brakes, wait for some assistant, gets it to Brett Albicus, and Albicus now will stay on and go to work on offense. Cole Spear looking for an opening, gets a screen, splits two defenders, goes hard, goes to the backhand wide of the mark, rebound. Lee overran it, still loose, picked up though by Gustafson. He'll move it up. Aaron Walker, he'll flip it. St. John now will settle things down out there with Laskowicz. Laskowicz down low to Triolo. Triolo will post up. Again, we'll try that hook and move. Didn't get away with it this time. It'll be possession to the Riverwolves. If you're familiar with basketball, you know about that right or left arm elbow hook. Does a good job to give you an advantage over the defender, at least a step. And Triolo has turned that into an art. Graham Bergsma now blocks a shot, scoops it up off the carpet, in alone. Bergsma stopped by Clayton. So a good effort. Not able, though, to beat Nolan Clayton, and back comes Drake Smith on the half boards, right side. Lee uses speed, beats DeBrone, up, down, tried to go over, hit the crossbar, picked up, reset. Smith, quick shot, stopped by Comer. Outlaws now, quick outlet the other way. Hitting the trailers, Gilray. Gilray, good fake, but couldn't finish. Delayed penalty on the play. And the Outlaws now will hold it for the extra man. Coomer will hustle off, plenty of time on the shot clock. 12 minutes to go here in the third. St. John out there with Triolo, Gilray, and Garland, as well as McNulty. That pass not fielded cleanly, and we will have another Visionware power play. Riverwolves guilty one more time. Triolo will start this power play. To mention the last time these two teams met, January 26th, it was Paris 12-8 winners. And St. John on the board. So John St. John, league's leading scorer, that his 28th goal of the season, first here today, and it's 7-6. St. John pulls his team to within one. And off the draw, Tompkinson in a crowd. It's Gustafson that picks it up. He gets it to Taguri. Taguri will curl out and find Laskowicz, and he'll swing it quickly over to McNulty. McNulty, Garland, swinging across to Triolo right side. Triolo again with the one hand. The flip's picked off, and good hustle the other way is Johnston. Good speed. Johnston buries it. First of the game. They get it right back in a blink of an eye. It's 8-6 Riverwolves. Not all that sure that the Outlaws coaching staff will be happy with his team's generosity as they continue to give these Riverwolves opportunities. And off the draw, Staguri in there. Gustafson didn't win the draw, but he got the loose ball going hard. Albicus all over him. Staying with him, As Gustafson now looking out front. McNulty all day. So Jeff McNulty with his second of the game, and it's 8-7. Graham Bergsman now in the circle with Rob King. Procedure call, and it's going to be possession. Will go to the Outlaws. DeBrone will get it back up quickly to McNulty. That shot from Triolo. So we watched Triolo practice. Couldn't find the mark with that overhand. Game time comes, and the big man comes through, and we're all tied 8-8. The big captain with his third goal of the game. And it's a big one as it's now tied at 8. Bergsma and King in the circle. And it's Bergsma with a good job off the draw. Andreoli scoops it up. He'll hesitate and a flip. Tompkinson ran into a wall and coughed it up. Travis Burton, he too had it momentarily knocked out of his stick. Possession to Oshawa. They turn it around quick. McNulty from point blank can't find the mark. Here come the Riverwolves now. Quinlan. He'll tiptoe over the line and get it to Drake Smith. 10:15 to go here in the third. Matt Lee, come on, full stride. Smith loads, underhand, stopped. Comer's looking for it, found it in his pads, and now the Outlaws will move it on up. St. John to Garland. Garland will look to swing it, and he does. Gilray back to the left side in St. John. He'll dump it down low. Andreoli, good spin move to the net. Tried to slip it. Tried the little quick, tricky slip. Clayton said, Riverwolves. Albicus, good fake. Bounce shot stopped by Comer the other way. And the speedy Taguri now. Headman pass looking for Gustafson. It goes right into the stick of Clayton. Clayton will fish it and return the favor. Gets it to Albicus. Spin move, one defender. Tried to go to the backhand, couldn't do it. Outlaws now with possession. 9:15 to go here in the third. Triolo will settle things down. He'll swing it off to Laskowicz. Give and go to McNulty. Good save by Clayton. And now the Riverwolves will get a chance on offense. Smith will wait for Medeiros. Medeiros now will dump it down to the half boards and Pike. Need to get Pike going here. Pike weave it in. Tries to post up, comes back. Swing past Smith, quick shot. Scooped up by Medeiros. Tried that far corner, couldn't find it. Bergsma the rebound. He sends the outlet away. Ryan Nolan. Stop start. He's going to wait for some help as he's got Travis Burton all over him. Kicks it back out to St. John. 8:20 here in the third quarter. Laskowicz runs into two defenders. Burton strips him, and it's loose. And it's picked up, and we'll see if cooler heads prevail here, but it's not looking that way with Mike Vertoli mixing it up with Daniel Wheeler. So the dust has settled, and we've clarified. Both combatants will get 5 minutes for fighting, and the extra 2 will go to the Outlaws as the initial hit on Travis Burton as he has been taken to the locker room. So the Riverwolves now will have themselves their first Vision Wear power play of this half. They're 2 for 6 coming in here as they go around the horn. Lee. Pike waiting too long to get that shot off. Tompkinson doing a good job. Matt Lee comes with the sidearm bounce. Good stop by Comer. Looking to send the outlet was Gustafson, and he'll loft it down into the corner. And Clayton will get run down, and that looks like Tompkinson was in the mix there. Not quite sure that it was anything highly intentional than some contact, but whenever the goaltender's involved, you can bet that there'll be some defenders coming to his rescue, and it looks like cooler heads will prevail as Tompkinson down there with Matt Lee, and it'll be possession to the Riverwolves, and they will bring it up. So a good piece of officiating, I thought. I didn't think that was anything that warranted a major call. So minute 20 to go here in the man advantage. Pike to a cutting Lee, not able to catch it cleanly. Ball loose on the carpet. Smith stops it, picks it up to Medeiros. Medeiros goes low, far corner. So Josh Medeiros, power play marker. And Riverwolves now lead this one 9-8. So the goal nullifies the minor penalty. The two combatants will remain in the box to serve their 5, and it'll be Mark DeBrone that puts on the speed, turns a corner or two, and then flips it to Josh Gilray. Gilray will retreat, create some space. Looking to get it to Laskowicz, who sets a screen. And he still has a defender all over him in Hunter Angus, and that shot wide of the mark. Laskowicz working hard. As bit of jersey there, and again Laskowicz with the time clock, and an extra hit from Hunter Angus will send him to the box. So again, another undisciplined play, and we'll have ourselves another Visionware power play. Triolo now will kickstart this power play here. Coming in 2 for 5, the Outlaws, with 6.5 to go. Triolo, good backhand pass. Laskowicz off the post. Took a hard hit after the shot. Triolo, though, will let it go down and get a fresh 30 to work with. Triolo tried to skip pass down to Gilray. He wasn't able to handle it. Does pick up the rebound, 15 on the shot clock. Triolo underhand, good save. Clayton, fresh clock for the Outlaws. Minute 15 to go in the man advantage. St. John, kick it back. Triolo sliding over, interchange. Another shot. Gilray, rebound off the post by McNulty. That's picked up by the Riverwolves, and it's Minicelli. Minicello doing a good job. 2-on-1, curls out. Good defense by Bergsma. Wide open is Pike. Waiting just too long was Spencer Pike as two defenders close the door, and the outlet goes to John St. John with 42 seconds to go in the power play. St. John, Laskowicz. That one stopped by Clayton. Rebound right on the doorstep. Clayton will pick that up and look for the outlet, and he will loft a beauty right into the basket. 2-on-1, shot, finish. Good one, Drew Quinlan. He's on the board for the first time, and it's 10-8 for the Riverwolves. Second shorthanded marker of the game for the Riverwolves. And a big one as they now lead this one by 2, 10-8. 12 seconds to go in a man advantage for the Outlaws. St. John at the top. Shot by Garland, stopped by Clayton, picked up by the Riverwolves, and they'll hustle to get it up and over the line. Weaving but losing it was Whitty. That penalty is over now. Teams will be at full strength, 5 aside. St. John dodges two defenders. Good overhand off the post and off the rafters, and that will take us to our second second officials timeout. 4:34 to go here as both teams now 5 aside. in a 10-8 game. Outlaws working the right side, get it back out to St. John. Pushed out by Rob King. Sends it to McNulty, tried to give and go. That got foiled, and now here come Johnston again in transition. Good speed, tried to tuck it in. Couldn't beat Coomer that time. And now the Outlaws will bring it the other way in St. John. Waits for some help, finds Triolo, scoops up the low pass. Triolo overhand, stopped by Clayton. On the crease, picked up in a bad spot by King, but he does a good job just to get it out. Got to hurry, they get it over the timeline. Quinlan will dump it back out to Albicus. 3:45 to go here in the third. Flips it to Porga. Porga now will shift it over to the left side. Smith took his eye off it and couldn't field it cleanly. Tagori racing for it. No reset. So Smith will have to launch it in the corner. Does a good job. Possession will go to the Outlaws with 3:26 to go. St. John. Good fake. Pulls it back out, looking for a cutter, and Gilroy checked in the back. Laskowicz bailed him out, picked it up. Garland sets a screen. St. John, good underhand on the run. Stopped by Clayton, picked up by King. St. John now with the forecheck. Manages to strip King, does a good job. Comes around looking for an opening. Finds a man, beauty kick. Gilroy, good fake, goes hard to the net and tucks it in. Crease called. May have gotten the toe on the white line, and it'll be possession to the Riverwolves. Spear will set things up here for Paris. 2:40 to go. Swing it over to Pike. Pike, left side, looking for a screen from Desvo. Gets it back to Lee. Lee with some room. Bounce shot! Well placed by Matt Lee. His second of the game, and it's 11-8 Riverwolves. .232 to go here in the third, and off the draw. Riverwolves had it momentarily, but Outlaws managed to come away. Tompkinson will dump it down to Triolo. Triolo battling with Johnston in the corner. It's fished out. Still loose in the corner, and the scrum ensues. Looks like we're going to have a delayed penalty as Laskowicz on the bottom of the pile. As it looks like Drew Quinlan may be the guilty party. And that's the case, as the Outlaws will go on another Visionware power play. Eighth power play of the game here for these Outlaws, as the usual unit is out there with St. John, Triolo, Laskowicz. McNulty down on the crease, left side. And I believe that's Gilroy. Triolo, big shot overhand, wide of the mark. Laskowicz picks it up, 10 seconds on the shot clock. No look pass, Triolo dumps it down low. Beauty quick stick finish. So Josh Gilroy announces his presence with his first of the game, a power play marker, and it's 11-9. So Outlaws showing a little bit of life, capitalizing one more time. That's their fourth power play marker of this game. And off the draw, it's McNulty and the Outlaws with possession. Minute and a half to go here in the third. Dangerous pass to Laskowicz, gets through, hesitation move, bounces off a defender, and dumps it low. Ill-advised, picked up St. John, back over to Laskowicz, couldn't catch that cleanly for the quick stick. Riverwolves now will bring it the other way. Albicus will knock it down and then try to pick it up. Can't do it with Ryan Nolan in there battling. And the rest of the troops, as the scrum remains, ball still loose, picked up though by the Outlaws. Didn't have numbers, but you got Triolo trailing. Clofer will kick it back out to Gilroy. Gilroy now will dump it to St. John. St. John, one-on-one. Leans in, takes two hits, loses it, Laskowitz on the boards. Triolo picks it up. 5 on the shot clock. That gets flipped way back over the timeline, and it'll be violation. Possession to Paris with 30 seconds to go here in the third, and looks like we will have another trip to the box for 2. So coincidental minors to Wheeler and Triolo. I guess what they had to say to each other offended the crew chief, Bob Hollingsworth, and he decided they needed a couple of minutes to find themselves. Spencer Pike working in traffic, has it knocked away. 20 on the game clock. Pike again battling for it. Mark DeBrone in there, gets some help, and interference called on Comer, and it'll be Paris now with possession. 15 seconds to go. Lee will swing it over to Pike. 10 on the game clock. Back over to Smith. Smith working inside. Couldn't get it to Spear. Here come the Outlaws. Tompkinson flipped to Gustafson. Can't get it cleanly, and they run out of time. So we have played 3 quarters. It's the Riverwolves leading this one 11-9. Once again, locked and loaded for the fourth quarter here. 11-9 game in favor of the Riverwolves. As off the draw again, Gustafson, money in the bank, picks that one up, flips it down low. McNulty, good quick pass, and DeBrone tried to slip that one by Clayton. Take a little more to beat him today, as Albacus will bring it up, and the Paris offense now will go to work, starting with Spencer Pike. Pike, that one wide of the mark, hasn't been able to find it here, as fortunately there are some others stepping up, as the Outlaws now. DeBrone will dump it off to Gilray, and he'll hustle his way off. The offense now will go to work. Garland, St. John. St. John has Garland on the give and go. Beauty, short side, picked off nicely by Clayton. Good job by Gilroy to retrieve that rebound, and they'll get a fresh clock. Down in the corner, McNulty swing it up top. Gilray looking for a screen. Doesn't get one, kicks it back to across, and they work to St. John on the left side. St. John tries to dunk from behind. Went off Clayton, picked up by the Riverwolves. And good forechecking there, but not enough by Vertoli. And the Riverwolves now will get it over the timeline. Quinlan getting worked, and a good job there by Ryan Nolan. As Nolan forced to turnover and has it now in transition. Dumps it off, looking down low. Couldn't finish. McNulty gets it back in close. So yes, the reward goes back to Ryan Nolan. Well deserved, his first of the game, and it's 11-10. So the big guns for the Outlaws continue to do the damage, but you throw in the likes of a Clofer and a Ryan Nolan, and again, Gustafson going hard to the net, and you have the Outlaws still in this game. Johnston, again with the speed, wrong stick side. This time, Coomer, picked up by Bergsma. He'll look for the outlet and get it away. Tompkinson will hustle to get it over the timeline, and he runs out of time. And possession will go to the Riverwolves. They'll scoop it up and wait for a trailer. Spear will dump it off. And Porga now will wait, set things up. Swing it to Spear, working one-on-one. Draws a double team, kicks it out. Desvaux around the Pike. Pike, one man to beat. Too much bounce on the bounce. Wide of the mark, no reset. Pike gets it back, has it knocked away. Spear, underhand, blocked by a defender. Outstanding D by the Outlaws. They force a turnover. Andrioli in all alone. Hesitation, good save by Clayton. Touched by Andrioli as he ran through the crease. Possession will go to Paris. With 12:15 to go here in the fourth, a one-goal game. Lee Took his eye off it, lost it. Picked up by DeBrone. Still hasn't picked it up. Still loose on the boards. Lee working hard for it. Tagore in there. It's fished out by the Outlaws. And it's you-know-who, Ryan Nolan. Outstanding job as he will give the Outlaws an offensive possession, 20 on the shot clock. Triolo guarded by Albicus. Swim move over. Albicus stays with him. Big man kicks it back out, St. John. He'll swing it around right side, Laskowitz. Looking for an opening. Looking for Gilroy. Gilray, not a good pass. Clayton, outlet pass, and good transition D by the Outlaws as they squash that fast break in a hurry. And they'll now pull it out, will the Riverwolves, and set things up. Smith to Pike. Pike did a good job to get that pass. Smith tried that quick little release on the top corner. Stopped by Coomer, going back the other way, the Outlaws. Picking up some speed. It was Gustafson diving. Stopped by Clayton. Riverwolves now jump all over that. Try to headman. Good defense by St. John back there as he got in the way of that. Now he'll fish out that loose ball, and we're going to have another Visionware power play. Outlaws guilty of having too many men on the floor, so that'll cost them 2 minutes. 10:45 to go here. Round the horn for the Riverwolves. Lee. Smith at the top. Smith will gap it, kick it over to Pike. Pike looking for an opening overhand, steered aside. No reset. Lee gets the rebound, fakes the pass, and he'll dump it to Drake at the top. Smith. He'll size it up. Good shoulder save from Coomer. Ball loose. Again, picked up by Medeiros. Fresh clock for the Riverwolves. Minute 35 to go in the penalty. Good pass from Pike. Spear through a crowd, almost snuck that under the arm of Coomer. Instead, it's a transition chance here for the Outlaws. Hard shot, steered aside. Clayton picked up and moved up the other way by the Riverwolves. Pike. So once again, it'll be Drake Smith at the top. Pike left shooter. Lee right shooter. Pike fake once. Tried to get that over to Spear on the right crease. Couldn't find him. Gets that back out. Under 10 on the shot clock. Smith. Medeiros. Underhand. Wide of the mark. 4. Lee's got to shoot it. Underhand's a good one. Right on target. Ball loose. Outlaws come away with it. 45 seconds left in the penalty. Gustafson is going to pull it out and kill some clock as he'll get it to Tompkinson, who will swing it around to Triolo. Triolo, triple team, sheds off 1, 2, tries to split him, takes 3, 1 stick goes to the ground. Triolo still working, knocked around his bench, still has it, comes out of the crowd. Triolo gets a shot off with 1 second on the shot clock. Outstanding job. Clayton will get it and send the outlet. 10 seconds to go in a man advantage for the Riverwolves. Medeiros, wrong stick side. He will find where he should be and remain at the top. Desvaux wide open in the middle. Can't catch the pass cleanly. Here come the Outlaws. Andrioli. Good hesitation move. Thinks better of it. Peels out. And he'll flip it to St. John. St. John in the corner. Drawing a double team. Skip pass to Laskowicz. He'll swing it on out. Down on the right side. Bertoli. Get that back to St. John. Under 10 on the shot clock. St. John. No look pass. Laskowicz underhand. Blocked. Ball loose. Laskowicz on the defender's head. And that's going to take us to our officials' timeout. All set to go here after the officials' timeout. Teams at full strength here in a 1-goal game with 8:06 to go. Desvaux puts on the brakes behind the net, kicks it back out. Pike with some room, underhand stop, scooped up and moved up, but given back away to Desvaux. Desvaux, dump it to Porga. Porga shot. Luckily, Comer didn't even see it. So a good fortuitous bounce goes right to Gustafson in the offensive end, and now the Outlaws will go to work on offense. St. John. He'll dump it down to McNulty. McNulty makes a couple moves, dumps it looking for St. John, handcuffed him on the pass. And here come the Riverwolves, but they don't have numbers. So a good job by Quinlan to pull that out. Medeiros. He'll dump it out. Lee with some room. Good fake, good speed, up, down, and a no goal. So Lee, one fake too many, caught the crease, and almost a suey pass. But they get it back up, and trying to quick stick off the back was Triolo. Here come the Riverwolves. In transition, they have numbers. Lee out of the back door, late on the pass, almost trickled in. But a good job by Coomer and his defense to keep it from going over the line. Mike Ribka on the boards. And good to see Travis Burton back out there, as he sat at least a quarter after taking that hard hit on the board. Triolo! So he practiced that overhand, picking the corner. He does it one more time. The big captain with his fourth of the game, and we're all tied at 11. So 2 unanswered from the Outlaws as they pull even here with 6:35 to go in the fourth. St. John, quick shot. Just want to remind our viewers out there, playoffs here in the Arena Lacrosse League, April 6th, quarterfinal action. There'll be 2 games at the Toronto Rock Athletic Center, and then on the 7th, 1 game. And that will take us over to April 13th for the semifinals. And then, of course, the men's and women's final go on April 14th. So lots left here as we're in week 11 of 14 before we head into the second season. And the Outlaws now, with 2 unanswered, have pulled even, and they go to work on offense. 13, give and go to McNulty. Not able to catch that one cleanly, and I've said that more than usual here, as these two teams, not sure if it's the lighting or lack of Saturday night concentration, but a lot of drop passes. Medeiros, fake, got around, beautiful move on Tagore, rebound, Lee missed the net. Ball loose, behind the net. Tagore battling for it, comes away with it, he's got some room to go. Tagore's gonna leg it up, 3-on-2 Outlaws, dump to the trailers, Tompkinson! So Zach Tompkinson in transition, 3 unanswered for the Outlaws. They lead now 12-11. So we mentioned the big gunners for the Outlaws with modest numbers here today, but boy, oh boy, you talk about the supporting cast. And they've been good here, in particular in this fourth quarter. Laskowitz. Him and Triolo, 2-man game right side. Triolo kick it, St. John left side. Under 5 minutes to go here. Jab step, St. John, good pass. Gilroy, underhand on the run, stopped by Clayton. Gilroy picks up the rebound, and it'll be a fresh 30. Gilroy will send it out, St. John. Kick it back out to Triolo. Triolo now will swing it right side to Laskowitz. Laskowitz gets a step, tried to tuck it by Clayton. Clayton, though, ran that gauntlet nicely, and the outlet to Albicus. Albicus with Andrioli on him. So a good matchup of speedsters, as we've got a few speedsters out there here in this game. Smith, lean into a check, dump it out, spear. Bounce shot just wide. Desvo will scoop it up. 5 on the shot clock. Porga with the shot, stop, gets the rebound, again, stopped again. Pike battling for it with Bergsma. Bergsma picks up the loose ball. Great job to send the outlet. But not able to handle that was Walker. And now the Riverwolves will get another chance on offense. 3:45 to go. Smith skip past Pike. Underhand block. Tompkinson doing a little of everything, including goaltending. Battling for that ball behind the net. It's picked up by the Outlaws, and they'll move it up. Clofer did a good job to get it into the offensive end. And he'll dump it off. McNulty swinging around. St. John St. John leans in one, got some room, looking short side. Stopped by Clayton. St. John picks up the rebound, fresh clock. Under 3:10 to go here in the fourth. 12-11. Outlaws leading this one. They kick it back out to Triolo. They'll reset the offense. Triolo will push off with one hand. Fake in, out, loses possession. Can't get it back. Battling in there and working extremely hard is Whitty. Does a good job, and here come the Riverwolves. 2:40 to go here. Lee will swing it over to the left and get it back. It'll be Pike. Give and go, underhand from Medeiros. Coomer right where he should be, and looks like we're going to have another Visionware power play. That will take us to our officials' timeout. .232 to go here, and a holding call on Captain Mike Triolo will give the Riverwolves another Visionware power play, and they've been awfully good. 3 power play goals here in this game. As they'll go around the horn. Good job to knock that down. So it's Taguri off to the races and puts on the brakes, cuts back, tried to tuck it by Clayton, couldn't do it, and it's Medeiros. So headed to the 2-minute mark here in the fourth. A very important power play opportunity here for Paris, as they've got Medeiros out there. That underhand from Pike, half-hearted, stopped easily by Comer, and it'll be Bergsma that'll move it up. Looking for Gustafson. Gustafson finally gets a hold of it. He's going to have to get some help as he tries to beat 2 defenders in King and Albicus. Tried to split him. Albicus still working him, trying to get that stick away, and a good job by Gustafson with 8 on the shot clock. He's going to kill some time. Under a minute to go in the penalty. Gustafson down on the carpet. And finally, violation, shot clock, and possession will go to Paris with 48 seconds left in the man advantage. Minute 15 to go in the game. Medeiros. It'll be Drake Smith here with 35 seconds to go at the top. Out there with Matt Lee. Lee has Pike, left side shooter. Smith, Lee, inside out, sniffing the 5-hole. Good job by Coomer. And we're under a minute now. Outlaws clinging to a 1-goal lead. Lee with pressure. They steal it. Medeiros, they have numbers. Flip to Pike. Pike, fake. Tried to go down low. Good save by Coomer. Possession to the Outlaws. Bergsma will get it out. And it's Clofer. Clofer will dump it off Tompkinson. And timeout is called by the Outlaws with 34 seconds left in the fourth. 2 seconds left in the Triolo penalty. 34 seconds on the game clock. And St. John with the double team. Go with your reliable guy. Triolo out of the box. Gets knocked out, stick check. Riverwolves pick it up. And we will have a timeout called by Paris. So set the stage here with 26 seconds to go. Riverwolves now have their net empty. They need a goal here. 20 seconds. In close, Medeiros had a chance. Good pass, couldn't catch it clean. Pike, down low. In tight, it's Cole Spear. Boy, oh boy, clutch with 13 seconds on the clock, and we're all tied at 12. 13 seconds left on the game clock. Gustafson again wins another draw. Outlaws are going to hurry. St. John out the back door. Has room. St. John stopped by Clayton. 3 on the shot on the game clock. Rob King will pick it up, and that will do it. Regulation. We played 60 minutes. We're tied at 12. So through 60 minutes, both teams managed an even dozen. 8 different goal scorers for the Outlaws, 9 goal scorers for the Riverwolves. So they've certainly spread the offensive wealth as we go now to a sudden death overtime. And off the draw, it's picked up by the Riverwolves. They'll get first possession here, and it's Johnston on the run. Burton looking down low, couldn't finish the play, but Johnson slips, going for that rebound. Loose on the side. St. John doing a little everything, outstanding in the defensive end, gets some help, and it's from Clofer. And it will go, possession will go to the Riverwolves. So Spencer Pike will come out, as will the rest of the offensive unit. And Pike now will set things up. Lee at the top, swing it over. Drake Smith. Smith working one-on-one. Kicks that down, spin move. Lee tried to beat Coomer, couldn't. And it's going to be possession to the Outlaws. Bergsma. Good bounce pass, gets it to Triolo. He steps over the timeline. Offense now, first chance for the Outlaws here in overtime. Garland out there with St. John, Gilray, Laskowitz, and Triolo. Looking across with a skip pass to Garland. Garland had it momentarily, coughed it up, and now the Riverwolves will move it up, and lucky to get away with that no call on the high stick. Albicus, stopped by Coomer. Rebound, loose, scooped up by Bergsma. Here come the Outlaws in transition. They don't have numbers. Tompkinson thinks better, flips to Triolo. Triolo gets the double team, ducks off Burton's check, gets it to Bergsma. Bergsma now will flip to St. John, retreat to the bench. St. John wheels around one, bounce shot wide of the mark, takes a funny hop, picked up by the Riverwolves, and a good job by Quinlan as he'll get it over the timeline. So teams trading shots here, goaltenders doing a good job. Spear had it, lost it, picked up, Tompkinson, flipped. Almost had a clean break. Tompkinson gets it again, stick check though, and a collision with the goalie, as Clayton will hold firm and possession will go to Paris. Smith looking for a step, kicks it out. Desvo hesitates, wide of the mark. Pike picks it up, takes a hard hit. Pike fakes a backhand. Spencer Pike with a backhand to finish it. All over, big win. The Paris Riverwolves win this one 13-12, the final.